Okay, so I just saw this article. This is something that I think has been common with a lot of guys, and I know that there are guys that are, you know, their intentions aren't good, and it kind of ruins it for the rest of us. But this article, it says, should I file a police report on a guy who says hi to me every time he sees me? I believe that's a form of sexual harassment. Don't you? I'm a woman in the USA. First of all, no, that is not sexual harassment. Somebody, are you talking about at a workplace? I mean, let's switch genders here. Let's say that I'm at work. I come into work every morning, and a female comes into work, and she says hi to everybody, including me. Do I instantly say that it's harassment? No. It's, but it always seems, if it's a guy to a girl, it's considered harassment, or they try to consider it harassment. That is not harassment in any way, shape, or form. Simply saying hi to somebody because they don't want you to feel like you're being an a-hole. So you want this guy, and I'm assuming this is a workplace, you want this guy to completely ignore you, not say hi to everybody else, but completely ignore you because, and let me ask you, is it just this guy? Or is it other? And the comments are the best. It's like real women know what sexual harassment is, like as many of them have faced it at least once in their lives. You are not a woman, but a male troll. Please push your conservative agenda elsewhere. A male troll. So is this a male that's just trolling, or like I'm confused? Anyways, it says, and then the next one says, I know don't whether I know I know don't whether I don't know what it should be. I don't know whether you're someone who is trolling or if you're a woman that is way too paranoid for your own good. Saying hi is not a form of sexual harassment, and when someone says hi is not something to be taken as indirect pickup line. That's exactly what I struggle with. Line by an insensitive horn dog, nor is it some veiled attempt to threaten your womanly virtue, so to speak. I would advise that the only times a woman should file a report with local authorities is if any of the following happens. If they are either the victim of actual sexual assault, please don't make false rape reports because it makes it difficult for real, and I've had this happen to me too, right? Real rape victims to get justice. The harder for cops to make sure that they're actually rapists get put behind bars. And that's the really dangerous thing about this is when people call something what it's not, it messes with the actual victims. So you're basically by falsely accusing or saying that you want to file a police report to somebody who just says hi to you when it the actual victims that are actually being targeted are now being overviewed because of people like this. So now the attention is drawn on you when you're not actually a victim and not on somebody who should be protected. I, I, um, Also, some workplaces because they're telling harassment, but handling pieces of the business. This again I could understand. Also, some workplaces consider telling mis or sexual jokes that are intended to female employees. Okay, well, if you're making a joke about a female employee and she's not on board with it, I think that's a bit scummy. If you make a joke about just a fabricated joke that doesn't involve an actual female, but just I I mean, you just gotta be careful what you say. Again, I've learned this, but there's another thing is I call it favoritism, where if a female makes a joke about a guy, that usually the guy can't say nothing, and if he does, it doesn't really matter. It's like whatever, you're a dude, right? But if it's a female, if a guy makes a joke about a female, suddenly it's like oh, all all hands on deck type deal, and they and like to me that seems a bit unfair. It should be, you know, if I'm not on board of somebody speaking ill of me or making jokes about me, then they shouldn't be allowed to. I mean, you can't really control what people say, but if it's like at the workplace, the same place that you work at, and you get light of it, that's just, I don't know. Basically, just saying, I mean, it's not really a joke when you're talking behind somebody's back, and making up things that aren't true. Oh, you're one of those, huh? Yeah, I know. Thinking everybody who talks to you wants to bang you so you can go tattle. No, not cool. I can't stand these kinds. This is by apparently looks by the thumbnail is another woman. Are you joking? That's not Cypher. Please do not ruin this person's life. The guy could be slow or obviously trying to be nice. That's what I think it is. It's trying to be nice. I'm guessing it's a workplace. He's trying to just say, hey, how are you? Um, even things like, I've said hi to a girl at a workplace one time and she instantly was like, I have a boyfriend. I never even asked. It was just like, hey, how's it going? I just creating small talk or whatever. And it was like, and then I noticed that she looked a bit, like stressed out. And I said, like, hey, I was just trying to say hi or whatever. I wasn't trying to make you feel uncomfortable. And it's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. It's like, I never asked that. I never asked that. I don't get how you came to that conclusion when I just say hi to you. Saying hi to somebody is not asking them out. It's simple. Even if you say, so if you want to hang out with somebody, I mean, I guess like there's not a difference between seeing somebody as a friend versus seeing somebody as a love interest. Again, if the things are reversed, if a girl came up to me and I was like, you know, oh, do you wanna go? You're asking me out, or are they just asking to be to just chill as a friend? Like, and it makes it worse because it's like, do you have to go and be like, hey, I'm not trying to ask you out, but I see you as a friend, and was wondering if you wanted to, you know, talk and whatnot. It should be just you talk to somebody, right, without them instantly jumping to the conclusion that you're asking them out. Unless you say, hey, I think you're really pretty. I was wondering if you wanted to go up or some stuff like that. I don't know, but by reading some of the comments, you do now sound like a dude because you really were a chick. You wouldn't have stated that you're female. Ah, but here's the thing, it very well could be a female that's doing this because it's not uncommon for this to happen. But yeah, it's just this nonsense just needs to stop because you're taking all the attention to yourself and away from actual victims, and now those actual victims are now in a worse spot than they were, all because you decided to say that you were being harassed when you clearly were not being harassed. And I would hope that anyone who goes to court and says, hey, judge, this person's saying hi to me, I consider it harassment, I want them to be, I hope you get the book thrown at you and laughed out of court because that is just disgusting. Yeah, that was just my rant. Anyways, guys, take care.